welcome. My name is April. I am an author, book lover, encourager, and creator, among other things. And the video that I'm bringing you today is going to be an indie spotlight review of Ingrid The Viking Maiden. So this book is by Naomi Jane Kelly, and the blurb on the front, and do you want to see the cover again? Okay. Isn't that cover gorgeous? I love this cover. It says, "A big dream, a hidden destiny, Ingrid the Viking Maiden." And the blurb of that fits this story perfectly. So before we get started, do me a favor, and if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of my videos. I do writing how-to videos, writing tip videos, writer's toolkit videos, book reviews, and indie spotlight book reviews, as well as some creative themed and encouraging videos. So go ahead, if you haven't already, give this video a like while you are there. If you have read a great indie book, independent author, please feel free to leave a link to that below. Okay, so I just want to tell you a little bit about this book. I don't want to give too much away. I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but I do want to tell you enough that you can kind of get interested in this particular book. So Ingrid wants to be, it's her dream. She's determined to show her family that she can be strong and she can be a warrior. And she's just so determined to do this, even though she is not very strong. She is not very big. And so she definitely has this, going against her, but she's determined. And, in the beginning, we kind of get the feeling that there's something more going on with her. She begins to kind of develop some abilities that she doesn't quite know what to do with and she can't quite control. And then at the same time, she has some forgotten memories return to her. And so you kind of get the idea that there's going to be definitely something more to the story than her just becoming a warrior. And yes, that is kind of what happens. Without giving away too much of the story, she convinces one of her friends to stow away with her on one of the Viking voyages. They do this, and I really like this part of the book because this is where she kind of figures out maybe her dream is a little bit out of her reach, out of her comfort zone. She's lived a very coddled life. She didn't realize it was going to be so hard and so dangerous, but she doesn't give up. But at the same time, she kind of has this acceptance that she really didn't know what she was getting into when she stowed away. Well, then she's thrust right into another mess when she ends up kind of shipwrecked and falls into the hands of some magical creatures. So yes, this book is about Vikings. This book is about a strong female character following her dream. And you do have some magic, you have some abilities, you have some magical creatures that are going to come into play in this. And so that's where I'm going to stop telling you the plot of this book, because I think that's enough to give you an idea of what's going on. And now I'm going to share with you some of the things that I really liked about this book. So I really like that this is a very adventuresome story. She really has some grand adventures, and there's some unexpected companions along the way. I like the way the Viking lifestyle is mixed with magic. There's a little bit of romance. There's a strong friendship. And Ingrid also finds a rather grumpy new friend that you kind of fall in love with. And once you read the book, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. So it has a great setup for the sequel. It really leaves me wanting to know what happens next for Ingrid. For me, it was a quick, easy read. I read it over the course of 2 days. I was pretty busy doing some other stuff. Basically, it was about, a 4-hour read for me. And I do read fast, so, you have to keep that in mind. Now, who should read this book? So if you are a fan of Vikings and magical beings, then you definitely want to give this book a read. If you're a reader who likes a taste of romance, but not a romance that overtakes the story, then this is definitely the type of romance that you will enjoy. If you like quirky sidekicks, which yeah, who doesn't? Then you're gonna like Ingrid's new pal. So if you like a light fantasy read with a touch of history and a dose of magic, then this is definitely an indie book that I do recommend that you check out. It's well written, entertaining. It kept my attention. I didn't have the urge to skip very often. So that's always, that's always a good sign for me, because if things start to get boring, I really want to just skip and get to the good parts. Because I do kind of speed read and I do kind of skim. If it's a boring part, obviously I'm going to read it, but I'm going to skim it and read through it a lot faster. And that's, if I find myself doing that a lot, then I know that maybe it's just not a book that's for me. But that was not the case with this. I really stayed into it. I really liked Ingrid. I really liked the side characters. I liked the magical elements of it. I was able to follow the plot pretty well without getting confused. There were some unexpected things thrown in there so that it wasn't completely predictable. So overall, yeah, I liked this book. I highly recommend that you give it a read. It is available right now. If you are Kindle Unlimited, then it is on the Kindle Unlimited. And if not, you can purchase it from Amazon, of course. I just want to, remind you, there are so many great books out there, and there are, traditionally published books. I love them, but I also have a special place in my heart for indie books, even before, I started writing my own novel with the intention of self-publishing. I have always enjoyed finding maybe some of those lesser known reads. Sometimes you do have to kind of dig through, so maybe some books that you don't love to find the gems, but then sometimes you do. And I definitely think that for a lot of you out there, that if this is your particular style of book, that this could definitely be one of those gems for you to read. So big shout out to the author, and congrats on her. And I am actually really looking forward to the sequel of this. I will definitely purchase the sequel of this. There you have it. So again, thank you so much for joining me today. As always, if you are a subscriber to my channel, I adore you and I thank you so much. I am really trying to increase the subscribers and get my channel out there a little bit more. So if you could help me out with that by sharing my videos, by commenting, any of those things, if you feel led to do that, just absolutely, I would love that. And I will have some more videos coming for you later this week. So until then, have a blessed and bookish day.